Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to summarize Slack channel activity weekly reports using AI agent. So I'm working in a startup that is remotely working and I'm receiving multiple messages on weekly basis from my team members on my Slack channel that are related to the activities they have performed. I need to create a weekly summary report of the same messages and send them on my different Slack channel to be updated and reviewed further. And in order to automate this entire process, I'm going to use my AI agent, that is OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. Now every week I'm going to receive new messages from my team members and automatically my AI agent is going to summarize the messages and create a summary report on Fridays and send the details on my Slack channel. To automate this entire process, I'm not going to use any coding and programming skills. I will be connecting all these applications simply with the help of Pabbly Connect, that is an amazing automation and integration software. So for your business, if you also want to learn this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, we are going to learn step by step how to automatically summarize Slack channel activity weekly reports using AI agent. So at my remote first startup, our team communicates primarily through Slack. While it's efficient for daily conversations, we often lose track of key discussions, decisions, and blockers across the week. To make this manageable, I have created an AI-based weekly summary system using Pabbly Connect. Now every Friday at 6 p.m., a weekly report summary is going to be generated with the help of my AI agent of all the messages that I've received entire week on my Slack channel from my team members. So what all tasks we have performed, what all decisions we have taken, all the things are going to be included in that summary of the entire week, and it is going to be then finally sent in another Slack channel. To automate this entire process, I'm going to simply build a connection between my Slack channel and my AI agent, that is OpenAI, and that I'm going to do without any coding and programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now, without any further wait, let's start creating this amazing automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, in a new tab, we need to type pabbly.com/connect, which is going to take us towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Over here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account directly. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, currently I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products that are offered by Pabbly. To create our automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. It has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On this dashboard, we can find all the workflows that we have created. Also, we can create separate folders over here like this to save the workflow separately and accordingly. Now to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. Here a dialog box is appear in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Summarize Slack channel activity weekly reports using AI agent. After giving the name to my workflow, now I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save it. So you can see I have a list of folders over here on my dashboard. I'm going to select AI automations as the folder because the workflow which I'm going to create contains AI. Okay, now I'm going to click on create and here my workflow is created. Now we are going to go towards a new screen. The new screen contains a blank workflow and here we have two extremely important windows. We need to complete this blank workflow in order to set up our automation. Here we have trigger and action. So trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which entire automation runs. Here the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now here I want that every week on Friday at 6 p.m. my workflow should start and it should fetch out the details, the messages from a week of my specific Slack channel. Okay, so here I'm going to take schedule by Pabbly in trigger and Slack in my action step. When we are going to build the connection between these applications, we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means whenever the workflow is going to trigger on Friday at 6 p.m., then only the details are going to be fetched out from the channel of Slack, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger in action, let us start creating this automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, let's go towards our trigger step and here we are going to select schedule. Schedule is an amazing feature of Pabbly which helps us to schedule the workflows according to our time requirements. Here we have trigger event that I'm going to select as schedule workflow and here we have to select how often you want to run your workflow, whether you want to run at regular intervals, once, every day, days of the week, or dates of the month. I want to run this workflow weekly because I want to create weekly reports. So I'm going to click on this days of the week. Now, which day? So here I'm going to select Friday. My workflow should trigger every Friday, and now I'm going to select the time. So I want it to trigger 6 p.m. when the work time ends. So here I'm going to select 6, 24-hour clock we have. Okay, now I'm going to click on save, and here it is saying the workflow is scheduled for days of the week on Friday at this time. So every Friday at 6 p.m. automatically my workflow is going to trigger, and as my workflow is going to trigger, it is going to first of all fetch out the current date, so that according to the current date we can fetch out the weekly data of the Slack channel. So we are going to select date time formatter over here. Then we will select the action event that is going to be fetch out current date. Let's click on connect. And here I'm going to fetch out my current date in simple date, month and year format. Okay, now let's click on save and send test request button. We got the current date. Now let's click on this add action step button. And now we are going to get the Slack messages. So let's select Slack as our action application. You can see that I'm already logged into my Slack channel. Let's select the action application as Slack. And now we are going to select the action event. So we want to get channel messages of a specific channel. Okay, so we have selected get a channel messages beta. Now let's click on connect. To build the connection between Slack and Pabbly Connect, we have two options: add new connection and select existing one. So in case if you already have an existing connection with Slack, you can quickly go with that. To create a new one, I'm going to show you what you're supposed to do. For that, first of all, click on add new connection. Keep logged into your Slack account already because it is going to make the process of your connection simple and easier. Now let's click on connect with Slack. It is asking us the token type. We have to enter the token type over here, either user or bot. It is saying check the documentation to find out how to get it. So let's click on this hyperlink. It is going to take us towards Pabbly forum page where we can find all the instructions that how we have to use user or bot as our token type. It is saying that if you are using user as your token type, then you can perform following functions: add star, remove star, invite a user to a channel, send private channel message with or without image. And similarly here we have following functions. If you are using bot as your token type, so you can perform following functions. As I want to get channel messages, I will have to use user as my bot. So I'm going to simply enter user over here, and I'm going to click on save. As we have done that, now Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Slack's workspace. So let's provide the permission as our data is 100% safe with Pabbly. Okay, I'm going to click on allow, and you can see that my authorization has become successful and the connection between Slack and Pabbly Connect is also built. Now, first of all, we have to enter the channel ID over here. From which channel you want to capture the messages. It is saying in the instructions that a bot token can't return the public channel's messages. You have to use user token to return all messages of a channel. As we have already done that, we have already connected Slack account with Pabbly Connect by using user as our token type. Now we are going to go towards Slack channel, and this is the channel, as you can see, work report. Okay, and over here in the URL of the channel, we have the channel ID. So let's copy it. We will go back and we have to paste the channel ID over here. Now we have to move forward. It is asking us latest and the oldest. Enter latest timestamp here. Only messages before this Unix timestamp will be included in the results. Default is the current time. Now here I am going to simply enter the latest timestamp that I am going to receive according to the current date, that I want the messages before this timestamp. Okay, so here we have received the current date. We are going to convert this current date into timestamp. So let's click on this add action step button. We will select date time formatter over here as our action application, and here I'm going to simply format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. Here we have to map the date that we have received, that is the current date. I am mapping this date because I want to make it dynamic so that automatically whenever my workflow is going to trigger, it should get replaced according to the new date, because when I'm going to enter it manually, it will become static and then it is not going to replace. Therefore mapping is very important. Now here we have to select the from format. So the from format is simple date, month and year, and now I want it in timestamp format. So I'm going to select that. From time zone is Asia, Kolkata, and I want it in the same time zone. I'm going to click on save and send test request button. I got the timestamp over here. So let's map it in the latest one. Okay, now the oldest. Enter oldest timestamp here. Here only messages after this Unix timestamp will be included in result. So the timestamp which you are going to enter over here will decide that messages after this particular date and time should be received. So here I am going to simply subtract 7 days from the timestamp of current date. Whenever my workflow is going to trigger, the current date is going to be fetched out and I want to capture the response, the messages of a week. And the week is time span of 7 days. So I want to capture the messages 1 week prior of the current date. Okay, so what I will do here, I'm going to simply subtract 7 days from the current date timestamp. So here I'm going to quickly go towards date time formatter again in my action application, and I'm going to select again add or subtract time over here. Let's click on connect. Enter the date through which you want to add or subtract the time. So this is a timestamp that I have received. I want to subtract 7 days. So I'm going to simply enter 7 over here and days. Okay, like this, 7 days. I want to subtract it from the timestamp. And to format, I am going to simply select timestamp over here and also in the from format. All right, now let's click on save and send test request button. We got the response and now we are going to simply map the oldest time as well. Okay, now here we have inclusive. If you want to select it, then we choose messages with oldest or latest timestamp in results, or ignore if timestamp is specified. If you want to specify the timestamp or no, so you can select according to that. Enter the number of return messages here. For example, 120, the default is 100 and the maximum limit can be set as 999. I'm going to keep it blank. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request button. And here you can see that we got the response. I'm going to take you towards my Slack channel, and these are the messages that we have received as the work reports, okay, according to the time. And you can see that we got the message. Now we are going to simply summarize a report of this message, weekly report, with the help of our AI agent. So you can see that I'm already logged in my AI agent, that is OpenAI. I'm going to click on this add action step button. I will select my action application as OpenAI. And I will select the action event, that is going to be ChatGPT, as I want to generate my content with the help of ChatGPT. To build the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect, you have to keep in mind to keep logged into your OpenAI platform. And also if you are using any other AI application as your AI agent, you can select that and you have to keep logged into that. Okay, now for building the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect, we have two options over here, add new connection and select existing one. In case if you already have an existing connection, just select that, or you can create a new connection by clicking on add new connection. To create a new connection, you have to provide the token. So in order to get the token, just click on this hyperlink. It is going to take you towards API key page of OpenAI platform. Here you can click on this create new secret key button and you can provide a name to your key. So let's say I'm going to give the name of my key as new messages, just a random name, and also you can select the project in which you want to save the key. Now let's click on create secret key button. The key is ready, so you can simply copy it, you go back and you have to paste the key over here. Now when you will click on save, the connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect will become successful. As your connection will become successful, you can move forward. I have already built an existing connection, so currently I'm going to go with that. After building the connection successfully, let's first of all select the model by using which we want to generate our content. We have multiple AI models over here. I'm going to select GPT-4o mini, and now we have to provide the prompt. Prompt is a very important and the highlight step of this automation that provides a command to our AI agent that what we actually wanted to do for us. Because from the messages that I've received of entire week from Slack channel, I want to generate a weekly report summary of my team members. So here I'm going to provide the prompt according to that. And in my prompt, I will also have to include the messages that I've received from Slack. So here my prompt is going to be, summarize the following Slack messages into a weekly report with key updates, decisions, blockers, and action items. And here we need to provide the messages that we have received. So I'm going to directly map the messages like this from the previous step according to the timestamp. And now I'm going to click on save and send test request button. As I've mapped this message, it is going to be replaced automatically with every new response. Here you can see that we got the weekly report, and here we have all the key updates, we have the actions, outcomes, and the entire summary. So now I'm going to send this summary again on my Slack channel, and here I'm going to create a new channel in front of you which will contain report summary for weeks. Okay, report summary. Okay, so here my channel is created. Now I'm going to go back towards Pabbly Connect. I will click on this add action step button and I will select Slack as my action application again. This time my action event is going to be send channel message. Let's click on connect, and here to send the channel message we have to build a new connection. We'll click on connect with Slack and we require bot as our token type. Let's click on save and we have to provide the permission now again. Let's click on allow. As the permission is provided, now we can see that our authorization has become successful. Now we have to map the channel ID. So I'm going to simply select report summary, the name of my channel. And now here I'm going to send the message as, hello team, here's a quick recap of this week's key updates. And now I'm going to simply map the quick recap that we have received as a summary. If you want to provide any image along with the message, you can insert the image URL over here and also the name of the image. Also, you can provide the bot name. So here I'm going to give the bot name as weekly work report summary. Okay, as I'm providing this bot name, every time the message is going to be sent automatically on my Slack channel, this bot name is going to appear. Okay, basically we are setting up a bot to send automated messages on our Slack channel. If you also want to provide an icon to the bot, you can provide an image URL over here. Rest all the details are not mandatory. I'm going to directly click on save and send test request button. We got the response and now I'm going to take you towards Slack. And here we got the message summary. Okay. So in this way, we can automate the entire process of generating summaries of weekly Slack messages and send it automatically as a weekly report on our Slack channel. Also, if you want to create documents of the summary, you can select Google Docs over here. And in the similar manner, you can send it on WhatsApp, through emails, and as you want. So I hope this automation is clear to you. Also, it is helpful for your business. Thank you for watching.
Not only this automation, but you can create multiple such amazing automations for your business with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you want to connect us, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com. For any of your queries, you can ask at forum.pabbly.com. And for any of your pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. If the video was helpful for you, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching.